This is the Behringer LMDrum, Behringer's take on the iconic LMDrum, a classic drum machine from the 80s that needs no introduction. But here's the thing, I didn't actually buy this for the drum sounds. I bought it for this hybrid 8-12-bit sampling drum machine. Yeah, this thing runs an authentic 8 and 12-bit sampling engine. And if you're into industrial, EBM, or aggressive electronic music in general, this is a total must-have. I've had it sitting here for months because life, but now the moment has finally come. This is something I wanted in my toolbox forever, so I was pretty excited to finally dig into it. Eight and 12-bit sampling was everywhere in industrial music back in the 80s and 90s. And honestly, that's a huge reason why I love the sound of Pretty Hate Machine, for example. That cold, slightly fake drum sound of early sampling. To really understand that sound, we have to rewind and look at how drum machines and samplers evolved in the first place. Back in the early days, limitations were just part of the deal. The older and usually cheaper the machine, the lower the bit depth and sample rate you'd get. The early drum machines like the Linn LM1 and the Oberheim DMX, both released in 1980. These relied on samples recorded at 28 kilohertz or lower. The DMX in particular is interesting on a hardware level. Each sound lives on its own dedicated voice board. Some of the sounds even exaggerate digital aliasing on purpose, giving the drums that aggressive edge we love. At least I do. It was used by Keith LeBlanc, who helped produce Pretty Hate Machine. Before then, I hated drum machines, he says dryly. Then a guy named Reggie Griffin turned me on to the Oberheim DMX. I didn't like it at first, but as soon as I found out you could stretch it out, I was hooked. I'd never programmed something into it that I could play myself as a drummer, but using it as another instrument was really what I was into. Early samplers followed a similar path. Machines like the EMU emulator ran on an 8-bit engine at around 27 kilohertz. They were extremely expensive at the time. Then the Fairlight CMI Series 2 pushed things further with 32 kilohertz sampling and 8-voice polyphony, plus a whole ecosystem of advanced features, assuming you had the budget. The Fairlight CMI Series 2, released around 1982, originally sold for about 30,000 pounds, roughly 32,000 USD at the time, which would be close to 92,000 in today's money. Things started to change in the mid-80s when more affordable samplers began to appear. Ensoniq's Mirage, used a lot by Skinny Puppy back then, offered a comparable sampling specs, launched at a list price of $1,700 later in the decade. 12-bit machines became the backbone of many studios. Systems like the SP1200 and the MPC60 combined sampling and sequencing. The MPC60 shared its sampling architecture with the Akai S900 and could reach sample rates up to 40 kilohertz. By 1988, the race toward clean, high-fidelity sampling hit a major milestone with the release of the Akai S1000. Used a lot by Nine Inch Nails, for example. What we now call warmth or character was once simply the sound of technology doing the best it could at the time. Just to be clear, the LMDrum isn't a sampler in the traditional sense. It's a drum machine that can play samples. So if you need a full-blown sampler, this probably isn't what you're after. But if you want a drum machine with a real 8 and 12-bit sampling engine, this is for you. According to Behringer's website, LMDrum is not just a replica of the past, but a modern instrument that offers unparalleled warmth and flexibility. It boasts analog circuitry, including original 3320 VCF and 2164 VCA, that gives your drums a rich and organic character. With 16-voice architecture and independent level and pan controls for each voice, you can create complex and dynamic drum arrangements with ease. So I loaded up a few of my own drum kits into the unit. These just came out and you can grab them on my website, links in the description. Let's have some fun and build a couple beats. Pay attention to the aliasing when I start pitching the sounds down. Let's start with the kick. Then the snare. Love that snare. Maybe lower. Wow. Make it shorter. Sounds cool. Then the lasers. Then the hats, shorter. Let's start with the kick again. Love that snare. Let's tune the snare. I like it higher. Laser again. That's too loud. Let's try to tune the lasers. And then the hats. Woo, love that beat. Reminds me of Twitch. The LMDrum can also sample beats or any audio signal directly from your computer into the unit. This was a common technique back then in the golden era of industrial, and it adds instant character to the sounds. Now let's take this a step further and start adding some distortion using the LMDrum distortion and also homicide. By far my favorite distortion plugin at the moment. There's a lot you can do with this machine, and I've really only scratched the surface. Using machines the wrong way is so much fun. That experimental mindset is why I love industrial, and that's why I bought the LMDrum. Ciao.